place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race. Every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings. But success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be.
Hi, I'm Rose, a certified life coach, and I've come to realize that before a lot of my clients can reach their goals, they have to overcome self-discipline or plain old fear. So I've come up with a 3-part series to help you understand what's blocking you from reaching your goal. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button. Briefly, last week we went over self discipline, which is to basically train your mindset to I can and I will now, not 2, 3 years from now, or maybe even never, because you have to do this or you have to do that. I'm first going to start off with the definition of fear. And once done, I'm going to break it down so you'll understand how it ties in with blocking you from reaching your goals. Fear of being afraid of someone or something as likely to be dangerous, painful, or threatening. So let's look at fear when trying to reach a goal. Failure of your goal would be the afraid of something. Having to get assistance from a person would be the afraid of someone. Painful can be the stress and the anxiety you go through over the goal and can cause headaches and etc. Threatening can be if, let's say, you are working on a relationship goal. What if that person does not want to hear me and wants me to stop sharing my feelings or they will leave? We as people have visions and goals, and sometimes we don't achieve these goals because we tell ourselves we may fail or we question how we're going to get started. Some of us actually get started and we find out more info in what it takes to reach the goal, and we start overthinking it and question, what if this happens bad or what if that happens bad? And the truth is, you're going to hit a bump, but that does not mean your vision is over. Fear comes in many ways. I've seen people at the finish line of their career, and all they have to do is start working in their skill department. And they sit and think, and they're excited to start in their career. Then they become afraid of, what if I can't do this? Or what if I can't remember everything? Basically, stage fright. So, really, yes, you only learn so much in school and training, but it takes trial and error to become distinguished or maybe even proficient in your career or whatever your goal may be. Fear alone can stop a person dead in their tracks. So, here are 6 steps to help you overcome your fears while reaching goals. Step 1 is acknowledge your fear. Step 2 is imagine having no fear. Step 3 is identify your triggers. Step 4 is assess your degree of control. Step 5 is analyze potential obstacles. Step 6 is be creative. Step 1, acknowledge your fears. Maybe you are a writer and you know without a doubt you can write. Every time you think your writing career is going to the next step, something holds you back. When you really think about it, it could be that you witnessed someone have a horrible outcome in the industry. Every time you get into that big step, you allow fear to stop you in your tracks. When trying to acknowledge your fear, add your list of buts. But what if this? But what if that? Because they may not be excuses, it could be plain old fear. Step 2, imagine having no fear. Drift your mind to a place of having no fear. Start putting it in your mind of thinking of yourself with your fearless goals coming to life. And in that moment, that's a feeling that you need to hold on to. Knowing what it could be should make you push so hard that you become fearless from the start. Step three, identify your triggers. What exactly is triggering you to feel fear when reaching your goals? Ask yourself, when do I tend to feel this fear? Is it the thought of, am I scared to make that phone call and get that no? Or maybe you're afraid that someone else is not going to approve of your go. Sometimes you may not even realize what your fear is right off, and you may need help figuring it out. But go back to your list of buts and find out which but is it that makes you feel fearful. Step four, access your degree of control. Issues are going to come up without a doubt, and that's just life. Ask yourself, if XYZ happens, how are you going to handle it? Are you going to stop everything and just give up, or are you going to push through and find a solution? Even better, are you going to dig a little deeper into your goal and maybe revamp it a little? There is usually more than one way to reach a goal. It's your goal. Be unique in the road that you're going to go. If you have doubts, walk out your door, walk back in, and leave it outside. Always take ownership and control of your goal. You cannot control everything, but you can control if you push through and achieve the goal's outcome. Step five, analyze potential obstacles. Think about the obstacles that you may face, then figure out what resources do you have to overcome the obstacle. Start thinking more wisely about the obstacle. Use your knowledge, your strength, and your skills. Sit on it, think it out. If you figure it out, think of all the different avenues you can take to find a solution, whether it's a book, online, meeting with someone that has done what you're reaching for, and the list goes on. Analyze, is it me? Is it you? Is it this? Is it that? Whatever it is, thinking ahead will help you push through if that obstacle comes about. Step six, be creative. Breathe. It is okay. Slow down your mind and creatively explore your options. Then take immediate action to resolve your fear. Imagine yourself as someone that is strong and that you admire. Think, what would they do? Is it a family member, a friend, Thor, Wonder Woman? Is it Harriet Tubman or Frederick Douglass? Whoever it is, grasp their strength. I was doing a shuttle to make some quick cash at an event in my town, the Kentucky Derby. I'm sure a lot of you've heard of it. I was on the phone with my friend, and after driving around for a while, I said, shoot, a closed mouth don't get fed. And then I yelled, Shuttle, do you need a ride? At that moment, she laughed at me so hard. But the truth is, I made a lot of money after I changed up and did that. Well, the next day, she was selling water and ponchos at the same event. And it had came close to the end, and she still had some water left, and she did not want to leave with those waters. At that moment, she thought, what would Rose do? Then she remembered the day before and me saying, a closed mouth don't get fed. She started yelling, Waters for sale, waters for sale. Then she got the confidence and she looked at a man eating and she said, do you need a water? I got waters for sale. And he responded, no, but if you can get me out of this mess, I can give you $50 and the driver $50. So at that moment, with her thinking, what would Rose do? She came well aware of her surroundings so much to the point to where she overcame that fear, and she not only made more than the 3 or 4 waters she had left, she ended up making me money too. Now, let's pause for a minute. She would have sold the waters a long time ago, but she became intimidated when she got down to the last few bottles because she realized the man next to her was selling water and ponchos a little cheaper. I called her to check on her and she told me the deal. And my response was, so? She needed to stand on her prices. She got nervous, but she did end up selling more waters at the price, but her momentum dropped. But with the race being over and thousands of people were starting to come at her, she knew she couldn't stand there and just be quiet. So she overcame her fear by switching her persona to me, knowing that I was fearless, and she took that energy and boom, she asked the right person at the right time. Take that energy of fear and think like a superhero and turn it into power. When I was younger and in the youth choir, we sung a song. God has not given us the spirit of fear. What the Lord has given us is power. Be fearless. Fear is failure when trying to reach your goals. Failure is pain if you always think of the goal that you never tried or finished. I've seen people stare off into space thinking about the goal that they never finished for whatever the reason may be. And in that moment, some people even say, I could have did or I should have did such and such. And my response sometimes to those people are, it's never too late. So, you have what fear is and ways to relieve it when reaching your goals. Next week, I will be talking about, is it self-discipline or is it fear? I'll be showing you how to figure out which one is holding you back or if they're both holding you back and keeping you from reaching your goals. If you need assistance in releasing fear, please visit my website, roselifecoaching.com. Click that contact button. Let me know how I can assist you. We can set up a complimentary discovery call and you can be on a path to a phenomenal you. Thank you for taking out the time to watch part 2 of Self-Discipline or Fear.